Every year in late October, since the mid-19th century, American universities and colleges across the nation welcome back alumni from generations past for a week-long event known as homecoming. Many schools celebrate with parades, bonfires, rallies, and royalty, all leading up to the big homecoming football game.
Oh my goodness, the tradition of CU, it is loud, it is crazy, and it's involved with so many people. Brings the whole school together, alumni and current students.
I think for a lot of people it's a time to reunite and join with friends.
Although the University of Colorado has maintained a tradition of football since the early 1890s, it was not until October 5, 1914, did the informally nicknamed Staters play their first homecoming game against Utah. By 1919, homecoming had become an annual event, and the university had begun formally inviting back alumni for the football game. The event was a huge success, drawing in over 500 alum. By 1921, the Silver and Gold student newspaper was urging students to recognize their obligation as joint hosts with the university to make the day a success. With the university in cohorts with students, they began hosting an alumni banquet, where all men who had worn a letter sweater were invited. Throughout the 1920s, the popularity of CU's homecoming grew, as did student involvement in the activities. Sororities and fraternities began participating in the parade and decorations contests with great pride. In 1934, the Silver and Gold student newspaper sponsored an interesting homecoming event that gave students the opportunity to vote upon what they would like the school's mascot to be, and thus CU has been known as the Buffaloes ever since.
On December 7, 1941, Japan, like its infamous Axis partners, struck first and declared war afterwards.
With World War II raging overseas, homecoming at CU began to see a few changes. War propaganda began popping up all over of Rosie the Riveter, which sought to gain women's support in the war effort. Soon after, CU's first ever homecoming queen was crowned at the 1940 dance. 1941's homecoming theme was national defense and prompted students for the next several years to sell war bonds by decorating their floats for the parade. Homecoming remained popular throughout the 50s and 60s, but saw a decline in popularity by the early 70s. The parade is the largest of the homecoming activities and still honors CU's tradition with a theme for the week's festivities.
I'm helping build our float for the homecoming parade. And that's just kind of like different groups participate in like creating a float, and like what it really becomes is kind of like a competition to see like who can show kind of their creativity with the theme that's given, but also like incorporate CU and like showing pride through that, but it's a lot about the competition.
I think that homecoming is a tradition. Every year we build floats and we get to meet other people, and it's a tradition because we get to look at the past.
Well, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for them to build community. Again, a lot of the Greek organizations are part of this, other parts of the campus as well.
And I'm here to visit my son, and he's participating in the parade. He's a Theta Xi. I was a cheerleader, so I was able to participate in the sporting event, the football game. I think that you see the Greeks putting forth a lot of effort to generate their floats. They bring back alumni to participate in that as well. And that's a whole different atmosphere than just tailgating at a football game.
I definitely view homecoming as a tradition. It's always a tradition to march in the parade, see some of your old friends, go to the football game. The cool part about tradition is that there's always something you can kind of mark your life around, and it's a consistent thing in an inconsistent world, I guess you could say.